Ben Beckman, Yonko, power. Now, if you guys do not know this, of course, there are Viva cards where Oda pretty much gives extra information. The man who made One Piece gives extra information on arcs and characters that were involved in arcs. And I think a month ago or 2 months ago, there was an East Blue pretty much Viva card, and they talked about the red-haired pirates. They said Lucky Rule was the combatant of the crew, Yasa was the sniper of the crew, and they said that Ben Beckman pretty much was the first man. We all know these kind of stuff. We know that Ben Beckman was said to have the highest IQ during the East Blue arc saga, so I guess like first 50 episodes, first 100 chapters around there. So he pretty much always had the hype of being a very, very intelligent character, being the first mate to Shanks, pretty much being his advisor if you think about it. But now we learn something even more interesting, and that is that Ben Beckman is said to be comparable to red-haired Shanks in power. Now, granted, this isn't a Viva card and it was never stated in the series. We have never seen anything from the series that says that Ben Beckman can be comparable to Shanks. Shanks is the emperor, yo. He's one of the strongest characters in the story. So if you say he's comparable to one of the strongest characters in the stories, you're hyping up Ben Beckman to greater extents. But they also say in this Viva card that Ben Beckman is pretty much fearful to, like, he's even great pirates fear Ben Beckman, pretty much his existence. So definitely want to say Ben Beckman has a reputation in the New World. Pretty much a lot of people respect Ben Beckman in the New World. But we know other characters like Katakuri has a reputation in the New World. The King and Queen and Jack, the Calamities, have a reputation in the New World. Like, we know other pirates that have, like, I feel like if you have over a billion berry bounty, you have a reputation in the New World. So that's what I'm trying to say right now when it comes to these characters. So I definitely feel like Ben Beckman, even if they didn't say this, he would have a reputation in the New World. But it does make me think I should make a video on, is Ben Beckman actually Yonko level? You know, it's crazy to say. It's really, really crazy to say, because we recently have been seeing the feats of these Yonkos. Like, you can't just say anyone is Yonko level. Like, to get to Yonko level is so hard. That's why I respect any character who's on the Emperor level. They are powerful AF. So I definitely want to say I'm excited. The lasagna is real. So let's just get to it. But before I actually continue this video, I'm telling you guys right now, there's going to be a live stream tomorrow. That's pretty much Tuesday. And I think it's going to be midday time, around like maybe, I don't know, 5, I don't know what, Eastern, 5 Eastern, maybe 6, maybe 7 Eastern. I haven't decided the time yet, but there is going to be a live stream, and I'm going to tell you guys in advance. It's going to be on the Voice Century podcast channel. I'm going to put the link in the description box down below and in the comment section. So check out that channel, turn on your notification for that channel, and you will see a live stream tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of crazy One Piece topics. So if you're really excited for the live stream, it's going to be tomorrow, Tuesday. So let's just get to it, guys. Now, you can't talk about a vice captain of an emperor without mentioning Katakuri. Let's be honest here. Of all the vice captains to an emperor, he has had the most spotlight in feats, in power, in pretty much everything, if you think about it. So I definitely want to say I have to mention Katakuri. And when it comes to Katakuri's power level, I'll tell you guys right now, Katakuri, in my opinion, shake the power level scaling in the One Piece community. That's why if you guys notice, like during the Katakuri fight and after it, I rarely talked about power level, because I'll be honest with you, my ankles were broken. Everything I thought I knew about power level was pretty much throughout the window in this Katakuri battle, and I had to re-evaluate every single character, honestly, just from this one battle. So I definitely want to say Katakuri, before the battle, I thought he was Admiral level. I'll be honest here. Like, right before the battle started, when they're in the Mirror World, I thought he was Admiral level. Now, I'm not too sure. I think he probably is on the Admiral level, but I don't think he's stronger than any other Admiral. And what that means is, if he fought every Admiral, I think he would lose high difficulty, but I don't think he can beat them. But I still think he's on the same level as them. If you understand what that means, you probably are thinking I'm crazy, but the fact of the matter is, he has extremely powerful techniques. He has advanced observation haki. He's able to see into the future. He's the only character other than Luffy right now that we know can see into the future. Confirmation. So I definitely want to say there's a lot of hype to Katakuri, but I'm not so sure he's stronger than the Admiral. I think he's on the same level as them, but I'm not too sure he's stronger than them. So the vice captain, the big mom, and emperor who's crazy powerful, I think he's powerful, but I don't think he's on the stronger than Admirals. I think he's Admiral level. If you understand what that means, it might be a little crazy. I could say low tier Admiral level if there is a low tier Admiral level, but that's just my thoughts on Katakuri. The next vice captain to an emperor that we got a lot of highlight was from Marineford. It was Marco the Phoenix. Marco the Phoenix, just like Katakuri, has things that make him very, very powerful and very, very interesting. He's a mythical zone. If you're a mythical zone, you already got a lot of props, unless you're Orochi. But still, I definitely want to say he's a mythical zone, a phoenix. He's able to heal himself. He went up against pretty much every Admiral in Marineford. We saw that kick he gave to Aokiji. We saw the clash he had with Kizaru, and we also saw pretty much the clash with Akainu. Definitely want to say we've seen him interact with these admirals. Now, he never looked to be in a situation where he was going to overpower. Now, in the anime, he was overpowered by Akainu, but in the manga, he's never really overpowered by these admirals. So that says a lot about Marco. And after the Marineford War, it even says that the only people who can stop Blackbeard are the emperors and Marco. So pretty much that is the Gorosei giving Marco extreme hype. He's the vice captain to the strongest man in the world. Marco, in my opinion, is very, very powerful. And I do think that Marco is actually Admiral level. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to take out, I don't know, maybe an admiral, but one admiral. But I do not think he's stronger than, how do I say this? I think that if you guys told me the Admirals and Marineford, if you want me to say who's stronger between Marco and them, I personally would have picked the Admirals and Marineford. But when it comes to Fujitora and Greenbow, I just don't know like the extent of their abilities and powers. So right now, I think that he's on the same level as the characters like Fujitora and Greenbow. Even though I haven't seen their power, I've seen Fujitora a little bit, but I haven't seen Greenbow, and I haven't seen the full extent of Fujitora. But still, Marco is very, very powerful. I think he's definitely Admiral level, honestly. Look, Katakuri, I was thinking about it a little bit. Marco, I definitely think he's Admiral level. There's a lot of hype to Marco, honestly. Once we see him, and of course, people are going to talk about how he lost to Blackbeard during the time skip. Honestly, I got to see that fight. I got to see what happened in that fight, because we know when it comes to Blackbeard fights, you got to understand what's going on in the battle. So that's my thoughts on Marco the Phoenix. Now, the next character that I personally want to talk about when it comes to this character being, how to say this, on the vice captain level. Like, he's actually a character where, honestly, I feel like this character's on Admiral level. I don't think he's Yonko level, but I do think he's on the vice captain to an Emperor level, and that is Monkey D. Luffy. We saw the Katakuri battle, how he got stronger and stronger. He's able to see into the future now. If you think about it, if you're seeing Wano, he's learning advanced Arun Haki right now in Wano. Luffy and Snake, man, we saw so many epic stuff from Luffy, honestly. And if you think about it, Big News Morgan, after he hyped up Luffy, they saw Luffy as an emperor, 5th emperor of the sea. So from beating 2 young commanders, he got that title of being a 5th emperor of the sea and running away from Big Mom. That is crazy, honestly. I definitely want to say his bounty is around like 1.5 billion. That's probably the least of all the emperors. So they think he's a new emperor, 5th emperor of the sea, the youngin, pretty much. They're pretty much banking on him being the next top dog in the One Piece story. So definitely want to say Monkey D. Luffy, he is, in my opinion, he's not Admiral level. Just like I said Katakuri and Marco Admiral level. When it comes to Luffy, I don't think he's Admiral level. I think he's on the vice captain to an Emperor level. What does that mean? I think he's able to fight with Katakuri, Marco's, and etc. You guys know what I'm talking about. And he actually beat Katakuri. So the whole debate is he stronger than Katakuri. I actually have a whole video on that, so I'm not going to talk about that in detail. But that's just my thoughts on Monkey D. Luffy as a character. Even though he's an emperor, 5th emperor of the sea, I saw him as the vice captain to an emperor. So let's just move on. Now, moving on from these vice captain to an emperor and how powerful they are, and as you can grasp what I'm saying these vice captain to emperor levels at best could be admiral level. That's what I'm pretty much saying. I never really said any of these guys can be Yonko level. But if there's any vice captain that I feel like could be a Yonko level character, and I think actually is a Yonko level character, it's Rayleigh, the vice captain of the Pirate King Goldie Roger. Rayleigh in his prime, in my opinion, was definitely Yonko level, the Dark King. And in his old age, he was battling Kizaru, and Kizaru was giving this guy mad praise. In my opinion, Rayleigh in his prime is definitely Yonko level. That's just how I saw it. Now, when it comes to a lot of people saying, whoa, this might be giving too much hype to Rayleigh. Honestly, no. Rayleigh, he knew about advanced observation haki, so that's something crazy. He actually showed the first man to show, not the first man, but he showed advanced armor haki on that elephant. Rayleigh is a haki beast, honestly. The fact that he taught Luffy haki, like, he's a haki monster. Like, honestly, like, if you think about it, Rayleigh, when it comes to the feats wise, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Rayleigh didn't have the vice captain title behind his name. People would think he was actually Yonko level right now, honestly, because the only thing that's hindering right now is that he was a vice captain of Goldie Roger, so a lot of people like to downplay that. But definitely want to say Rayleigh, in my opinion, in his prime was definitely Yonko level. That's the only vice captain 100% I believe was Yonko level in their prime. Now, one of the things a lot of people like to downplay the emperors, and not really downplay the emperors, but say like, yes, there's an emperor level, but there are other characters who could be on the same level of emperors, is the Akainu Blackbeard moment. A lot of people see Akainu pulling up on Blackbeard right after the Marineford War and Blackbeard running away, and a lot of people have that memory stuck in their head and think that Blackbeard is the reason why the emperors are not as powerful as people think. The admirals are on the same level as them. I'll tell you guys right now, Blackbeard at that point was never an emperor. That was never stated. Yes, he had the Gurgur no Mi, and he was very, very powerful, but he became an emperor after the 2-year time skip, pretty much, or during the time skip. As you saw, he beat Marco in like 1 year after the Marineford War. So definitely want to say Blackbeard definitely a lot of people like to put that, oh, Blackbeard running from Akainu, and Akainu is actually the fleet admiral in the what right now after the time skip. So if you think about it, Blackbeard and Akainu before the time skip, they weren't emperor level. Post time skip, in my opinion, Blackbeard and Akainu became emperor level. Blackbeard becoming an emperor himself, and Akainu becoming the fleet admiral, pretty much, in my opinion, the strongest marine. So that's why I feel like Akainu making Blackbeard run wasn't a big deal as a lot of people made it out to be. Now, a lot of people like to make the Yonko look down with the Blackbeard Akainu moment, but let's be honest here. Wano pretty much is, if you're a Yonko fanboy, it's pretty much this is your arc, because we see Luffy get one shot by Kaido. The man who Luffy and Katakuri, they were struggling in that battle. Well, Katakuri was beating up Luffy most of the battle, but Luffy was determined to beat him, and Luffy did beat him at the end of the day. And we see with Kaido, he one-shots Luffy, no struggle indeed, literally low diff Monkey D. Luffy, a man who I believe is on the same level as Vice Captain to Emperors. So I definitely want to say that's a crazy feat. And then we recently saw in the last chapter, Big Mom in her battle with Queen, in a situation where Big Mom pretty much, it looks like she's pretty much low diffing Queen. Now, is Queen down? I don't think so, but I definitely see Big Mom low diffing Queen. She's an Emperor, same level as Kaido. Even the Queen's underdogs underlings were saying, yo, this is Big Mom, same level as Kaido. When it comes to food, just don't back off Queen. And Queen was becoming a sicko, and I like that by Queen. He's not fearful, even though he got his work kicked in. He got pretty much his head slammed to the ground. Definitely want to say these Yonko's powers are looking better and better as we get into the Wano arc, with two emperors actually being on this in the arc. And Whole Cake Island actually made Big Mom look powerful too. So definitely want to say the last two arcs, I'm not talking about the Reverie, but the last two, like Whole Cake Island and of course Wano, definitely making the Yonkos look powerful. We've seen in Marine Ford, the Yonkos, one of the initial hypes of the Yonkos being powerful was Marine Ford. We saw Whitebeard pretty much, there was no one on Whitebeard's level in Marine Ford. Maybe I kind of was the only one who was close to his level, but like everyone else is getting pretty much worked. I'm not going to talk about Garp and Sengoku because they really didn't fight, so I'm not going to conclude them. But when it comes to the Admirals, like I kind of was the only one who looked like even close to Whitebeard's power. Whitebeard was crazy powerful. He was just sick in his old age that really brought him down to human level, even though he was a monster, the strongest pirate of the world and alive. But we also saw Shanks stopping Marine Ford, the war with the clash with Akainu. These are moments where a lot of people see, whoa, these Yonkos are incredibly powerful. And then we see the vice captain to the Yonko stopping Kizaru, and Kizaru looking kind of scared. Even though in my opinion, I don't think Kizaru was scared. I do think Kizaru was respecting Ben Beckman's name, as he's a fearsome pirate in the New World. I don't think he was scared of Ben Beckman. The man, Kizaru, was literally going to pull up the Wano with Big Mom and Kaido there. Kizaru was not scared of anybody, in my opinion. So you're probably thinking, what is this rambling on and rambling on? Who do you think that Ben Beckman is of the Yonko power? Because of this data, a Vivre book, where they say that Shanks and Ben Beckman are incomparable to power. I'm telling you guys right now, I do not think that Ben Beckman is Yonko level. I honestly don't think that. I think that he honestly is Admiral level. Just how I thought Marco was Admiral level, I think that he is Admiral level. Now, I probably would say that if you want to choose Ben Beckman or Marco, I'm going to choose Ben Beckman over that because of the hype. But Marco has a lot of feats, and he has a lot of hype as well. So if Marco was revealed to be stronger than Ben Beckman, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I do think that Marco and Ben Beckman are stronger than Katakuri, but I feel like they're on the same level a little bit, and that is pretty much around the same level as Admirals. Now, as I said that I believe that Katakuri is Admiral level, but he can't beat any Admirals. I believe that Marco is Admiral level, and he can beat the low tier Admirals, guys like Fujitora and Greenbow. I think he has a chance to beat those guys. When it comes to Ben Beckman, I think he has a chance against Kizaru and Aokiji level characters, honestly, those kind of Admirals. So definitely, I think Ben Beckman is very, very powerful, but I just don't think he's Yonko level because the Yonkos are being showcased. Like, Oda is showcasing the Yonkos to be the top dogs in the story. Like, if he is Yonko level, I would be hyped. I'm like, oh my gosh, Ben Beckman is powerful. But I definitely want to say, I gotta see it to believe it when it comes to Ben Beckman. The Vivre card was very, very interesting, and it definitely made me more intrigued about his power, but I do not think he's Yonko level. That's pretty much my thoughts. Like and share if you enjoyed, like and share if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.